Cultures in Harmony is a nonprofit that I started. The goal is to remind people that there are many ways to define American culture. In your opinion, what is American culture?
It's a combination. It's many cultures.
My uncle studies in UK, so I got scholarship, and I asked him if I want to go to UK or United States, and he advised me to come here because people are so friendly here.
How is American culture viewed these days from Costa Rica?
It's fine. We have a lot of relationships. We are not that far away, and there's a lot of American tourists going over there.
In your opinion, what is American culture?
Progress, money, also business.
You spent many years on the Hill, yeah?
Several.
What are some definitions of American culture that you think Americans should remember in 2016?
A definition you find is on our dollar bill. E pluribus unum, of many, one, united. If we like our money, then we like that idea too. The cultures also think about trying to be a more perfect union all the time. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal with certain inalienable rights. Even then, the term men meant all people, but it also meant men because women couldn't vote. But slaughtered red men and bartered blacks knew it only applied to whites, you see. So we had to work our way through that and make them equal. And one of my ancestors actually insisted during the writing of the Constitution, that practice of importing slaves would have to end. And he said, we won't have this Constitution. I will not sign it, and my delegation won't sign it, unless we end that practice in this document.
The electoral process, that's just one, unfortunately, small part of what is America, because so few people, vote and take part in the process. And it reflects two things. One, people aren't, involved, and as a result, politics aren't as good as they could be. On the other hand, it also shows that people just don't buy into the process, so they live their own lives, and there may be something positive to that. I tend to want to be engaged and would want to say the more people learn and vote, the better. But on the other hand, it's very difficult because the choices are limited. And but what I find encouraging, getting back to optimism, is the groundswell of new people who voted, for example, for President Obama.
I'm practicing Whip Nay Nay, the hit song by Salento, because when I told the students they had to bring in a work of art, bard, and share it, they wanted me to play a song that they would know, so I asked them to pick, and they chose this one. So I've spent the last 2 days frantically making an arrangement for solo violin.
What is a very big theme and trend that is being passed around right now with American rap music?
Beyonce new song for Mission Day. It was when the news people got mad because they were talking about how white police was killing black people, and they got offensive.
The American dream is for everybody to have equality.
At a school where the student body is almost entirely African American, how do you see their perception of American culture based on their life experience?
They're starting to take it a little bit more personally, so it's not something that feels so distant. They're understanding, even from the beginning of humanity back in Africa to the slave trade, they're much more a part of almost, the complete vertebrae of being an American, as opposed to just, having the top of the spine and here I am at the bottom. Who is Betty?
He's known for a song. He says, yeah, baby, and then he'll say,
just being yourself and not trying to impress anybody else. It's a whole bunch of different, cultures. That's tight.
What about classical music? Is classical music American music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now I feel so much better.
Every culture, religion, we all have something to offer, and it creates a story, and it can be the most amazing thing that evolves.
Both of my parents are Jewish, and my best friends are either Catholic or Muslim or even Hindu. All just mixes in to one pool of American culture.
Is this your first time here?
To the National Cathedral, yes.
The stained glass windows, most of them tell the story of Christianity. We bridge that church-state line to tell both sides of the story. All 50 state flags. We have a big anti-gun violence initiative here. This property that this cathedral stands on, there used to be slaves that lived and worked here. That's not a story that's often told, and so we're in the process of telling that story.
More people than about 3 or 4 states.
More people than Vermont, Wyoming, and I think Montana is slightly ahead. And I'm not even convinced that DC should be a state necessarily, but I think we should have the same voting rights as everybody else.
An American flag and hope is in all cultures.
Hope is just a horizon that shows pain and suffering blacks have gone through. Look at how far we've come to being where we are. Fresh food, clean clothes, and shelter to hold love and companionship. We stand up straight, for we are truly the land of the free.
And before the Star-Spangled Banner, the flag is just that. It's a piece of cloth. It represents the country. You put it on a ship, you put it on a flagpole. It just means this is United States. After the Star-Spangled Banner really picks up its meaning and its symbolism, I over time gain more of an appreciation for pride and the sense of purpose that we have invested in that weave. And the flag does represent American spirit, and for me, it's just kind of the essence that holds us all together. And Francis Scott Key chooses the Anacreontic song, and through at least the 1860s, you hear the Star-Spangled Banner being played in more of a waltz time. Leading up to that, you see the song kind of shift from a more, I guess, a war song or a victory song into something that's really trying to be a manifestation of national pride and national respect.